March Madness takes on a different meaning in Southwest Florida. With 1 foot firmly in season still, we've got a lot going on and lots to talk about. This week's show is all about being on the go, beginning with a business that's quite literally going places. When traffic is at its worst, there's no better people mover.
I think riding a bike goes way back to when we were just kids, and it was the first bit of freedom that we had. You know, you were riding and pedaling and the wind was in your hair and everything.
Next up, ride-sharing services disrupted transportation, and now Uber is poised to make over the way we do food to go. Then we'll take a deep dive into surgery on the go. The USA Today Network, along with the news press, are taking a close look at the rise in outpatient surgery centers and the downside that's rarely discussed.
There's no way we know whether the surgery center model is more dangerous than another setting like a hospital because we don't have any information about what happens in those surgery centers.
We'll have those stories along with the latest in our Positively Healthy Medical series. I'm Amy Osher, and this is Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. Whether you're a tourist or just want to feel like one, hopping on a bike can get you there. But bike rental businesses aren't sitting by idly. Instead, they're looking for new ways to get you going.
If you start getting wet, that's the Gulf of Mexico, so you want to turn around.
Okay.
It's life in the slow lane. No one's in a rush at Big Mama's bicycle shop. Nice contrast to the fast-paced world around it.
I think riding a bike goes way back to when we were just kids, and it was the first bit of freedom that we had. You know, you were riding and pedaling and the wind was in your hair and everything.
The rental shop's been a main stop for years for anyone willing to put in the effort.
As we baby boomers get a little bit older, you know, we've been a little bit better with our bodies and stuff. And so, you know, you can see that everyone wants to ride bikes and just kind of keep healthy.
Now, what do people do most? Do they rent it for an hour, for the day, and just take off?
You know, I would say probably our best rentals are, we do a lot of daily rentals, and then surprisingly enough, we do a lot of monthly rentals as well.
Phoebe Rohr can relate. She prefers pedal power when it comes to cruising.
See the town, get from place to place. Try to avoid, you know, driving around in a rental car. It's a much better way to get around.
We've had a lot of customers who have rented cars in the past, and then this year, instead of renting a car, they went on a bicycle, because they're so close and they get a basket on it and they can go to the store and pick up a couple of things that they like.
Just to stay on their toes, Big Mama's is rolling out something new.
This is it right here. This is a new Elliptigo. This is an 8-speed, so you can really get some speed going and get a good workout going. All lightweight aluminum, of course, all top-of-the-line parts, good tires and everything. A lot of fun to ride.
Kind of like taking the gym outdoors, the Elliptigo uses the same motion as an elliptical machine. It's low impact, easy on the joints, and people love it. Is it hard? Do you have to know how to balance or get used to it?
You know, all you have to do is just really know how to ride a bike. Once you get on it, you know, you'll kind of just get the feel for it.
As people movers go, it doesn't get much better, getting off the beaten path and enjoying the ride.
On a bicycle, you can beat this traffic out here. I can tell you that, that's for sure.
They pick up and deliver. The ride-sharing service Uber has been doing it successfully with people, and now the company is branching out, fetching food on demand in Southwest Florida. It's all about convenience. People in Collier County now have about 80 restaurants at their fingertips, and that number is likely to grow. This after Uber Eats launched its delivery service last month. All of the ordering is done online through their website or app. The Uber driver will pick up the order and take it to your home, office, or wherever you choose. The average delivery time is 35 minutes, and there's a $4.99 flat fee regardless of the order total or distance. Restaurant owners feel this could be a real game changer. Some didn't offer delivery services, others find it easier to deal with a known entity like Uber, and believe it will attract a younger, tech-savvy crowd to try their food. Uber Eats may be new to Collier, but Lee County got its first taste in November. You can read more about the service and participating restaurants by going online to naplesnews.com. If it's homemade taste you're after, fresh food without the fuss, then this could be the answer you've been looking for. An option to have someone else do the prep work, then drop meals on your doorstep. It's a growing trend and a twist on fast food.
As you can see by looking around, we are a commercial kitchen. Commercial refrigeration is at a premium for us, so we use a lot of refrigeration because when we plate meals, we're typically doing between 600 and 800 meals per week.
If you thought your kitchen is bustling at mealtime, check this out. Chad O'Connor makes meals by the 100. Everything from scratch, start to finish. Chicken, how much chicken do you use?
So if I'm going to order chicken in any given week, we're going to typically order about 300 to 400 pounds.
His business, Fresh Fit Foods, aims to deliver healthy, prepared meals, catering to people on the go. Made assembly line style, each one includes a protein and vegetables, no dairy or gluten.
When we're cooking, I usually have 3 guys on our line, and then when we're plating, I usually have 2 of us in back, and we're plating all the meals in the back.
With each meal under 500 calories, he's become a master of scale in measurements and management. How is it different cooking for so many people as opposed to yourself for a small family?
It's a challenge. It's actually, to be honest with you, I find it to be a little bit easier to cook for a large amount of people than to cook for like 2 or 3 people.
Chad's business is part of a growing segment, innovative meals packaged, fully cooked, and ready to consume.
As you can see, we've got Asian-inspired dishes with a Thai coconut noodle bowl. We've got a blackened salmon over a snap pea and sweet potato succotash. I think this is where food is going. People want to eat healthy, but not only do they want it to be healthy, they want it to be delicious, and I don't blame them. And they want it to be cost effective. And I think that we hit all of those markers, and I definitely believe that the trends in food are kind of going this direction.
Kevin Bolock gets meals delivered twice a week, filling a void when the family doesn't cook.
It works out really good. We just come home, zap it, because we're not cooks, and it's nice, healthy food, and we like that.
No shopping, no cleanup. A bonus for the time challenged who want a home-cooked meal without the hassle. It's also a tasty option for young professionals, people cooking for one, and the elderly. A guarantee of fresh food at their doorstep.
You don't have to go out and go anywhere, take a shower and, go out somewhere. It's great at home during the week. Then you're on your own on the weekend.
Satisfying the appetite for eating in, the home delivery market is a hot trend for mealtime.
But we've grown year over year the past 3 years, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon.
Still ahead, what you don't know about outpatient surgery centers could hurt you. A massive USA Today Network investigation arms you with questions to ask before undergoing an operation. The story is up after the break.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days, because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA Triple Check Insurance Review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA Triple Check today.
It's Bear's 72nd anniversary sale. 72 years delivering you the best selection, highest quality, and greatest values. Only Bear's can guarantee. Come celebrate with incredible store-wide savings like these queen beds or tables, only $7.97. This beautiful Bernhardt sectional, your choice, only $9.99 per piece. Love Natutsi? This sofa's just $13.97. Only Bear's has all the designer brands and styles you love. Bear's 72nd anniversary sale.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom-designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Thanks to improvements in prevention, early detection, and treatment, more than 1 million people in the U.S. count themselves as survivors of colorectal cancer. In this week's Positively Healthy, we're looking at one of the most powerful weapons in beating this disease. Think of it as a crystal ball, a common medical procedure that gives you a good read on your colon cancer risk. What's more, the colonoscopy not only predicts, it prevents.
So colonoscopies are an excellent screening tool. Colon cancer is the 3rd most common cancer affecting men and women in the United States, and in the early stages, it is asymptomatic.
Experts advise getting a baseline screening at age 50, earlier if you have a family history of colon cancer. The end result provides a lot of comfort, even if the colonoscopy itself is a bit uncomfortable.
So the preparation is probably the most unpleasant part of it. There is a solution. What it does is it clears out your GI tract so that when we go in with the camera, we get a good look and we don't see stool or anything along the lines that would prohibit us from seeing polyps. So you take it the day beforehand, and it is a little salty tasting and, not the most pleasant thing in the world, but it's one time every 5 to 10 years.
March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Many people may not realize it's one of the few cancers that can be prevented through the screening process. During a colonoscopy, your doctor will look for and remove polyps, which are small growths that attach to the inner wall of the GI tract.
There are different types of polyps called adenomas that left unchecked, meaning in 10 years, 20 years, they could develop into cancer. Most polyps do not have cancer in them, but again, when we do remove them, we do send them to be looked at to make sure there's no signs of cancer cells. So we are removing any chance of cancer when we remove that polyp.
While colonoscopy is the gold standard, several less invasive tests are also approved for use. They don't address polyps, but can alert you to their presence.
So patients should get a colon cancer screening test, whether it's a colonoscopy or different other tests like a blood test or a stool test, to get a better idea of if there's any chance that they have colon cancer or colon polyps.
The bottom line is timely testing can find colon cancer when it's most treatable and beatable. More people are opting to get their operations performed outside a hospital, instead choosing an ambulatory surgery center for their procedure. A sharp rise in the number of these outpatient centers and types of surgeries that can be done in them is exposing some risks when it comes to life-threatening complications. The USA Today Network, along with Kaiser Health News, teamed up in a wide-reaching investigation. A sweep of public records found surgery centers have risked lives by operating on frail patients, sending patients home too soon, and skimping on life-saving training and equipment. The result is often heartbreaking.
It's the most awful feeling you could ever have as a parent. To take your kid to a routine procedure and drive home 4 hours later without him. Our world is rocked forever. It seemed like a simple process. You take your kid to the doctor, get the surgery scheduled, you go in, and a lot of times by 10 o'clock in the morning, you're back home and you're giving them popsicles, getting them rest, make sure they're drinking.
We prayed with him before we left the car. We checked him in. We waited with him in the room. And then they wheeled him away and we went to the waiting room. And it wasn't maybe 20 minutes later, someone came and got us and led us to a room. We went through hallways that had mops in them, and our surgeon said, "This is not going well." She told us he had coded and they'd called the ambulance.
There's no way we know whether the surgery center model is more dangerous than another setting like a hospital because we don't have any information about what happens in those surgery centers. How many patients got infections? How many were subject to medical errors? How many of them died? How many of them were transferred to a hospital?
We were watching them work on our boy, and one nurse would talk to us, and then the doctor said it was done.
Ruben's death was one of more than 260 we counted from looking at Medicare inspection reports, court records, autopsy findings, and paramedic logs, all from the last 5 years relating to surgery centers across the country. Dozens, including children, lost their lives after even routine procedures such as colonoscopies and tonsillectomies. For the most part, these incidents receive very little attention.
The current information that we have available from ambulatory surgery centers is totally inadequate. It does not inform the public like we should be informed. It does not help patients make choices about which provider to go to, and it does not actually provide the oversight agencies enough information to know whether they need to go in and check out if this surgery center is having a problem or not.
In fact, emergency transports from surgery centers to hospitals are left to self-reporting and many times are checked at zero, even when ambulances have been called to pick up patients.
When you ask someone to report on themselves, sometimes they're not going to be completely honest about it. And the same thing is for surgery centers. There may be transfers that aren't being reported. Maybe they're doing it to protect themselves from looking bad. But what you need is accurate reporting. And it's really hard to get accurate reporting when the reporter is responsible for the harm.
Frank Gluck of the News Press honed in on Florida and found at least 335 life-threatening or fatal incidents since 2013. That includes 80 deaths. His reporting revealed that many centers are offering more complicated procedures, and their medical teams are not always prepared to handle adverse events. 2 patients of a Southwest Florida clinic claimed in court documents that doctors sent them home too early following botched cosmetic procedures. Lee and Collier have a combined total of 41 ambulatory surgery centers. You can explore the full series along with interactive features and lawsuits filed in Southwest Florida by going online to news-press.com or naplesnews.com. Here's a look at more stories our reporters are tackling on the beat.
Thanks, Amy. So after years of trying, Immokalee has finally gotten a Tiger grant. It's going to be worth $13 million from the Department of Transportation, and it's going to be used to build sidewalks and bus shelters throughout the city. It's a big deal for Immokalee because they've had nearly 250 people being hit by cars, walkers and bikers being hit by cars just since 2005. So with 20 miles of new sidewalks, a bunch of new bus shelters, local officials are really hoping that that number will go down. You can find out more about it on naplesnews.com.
I'm Harriet Haight, arts and entertainment writer for the Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com. I love stories that make me think. And this week, I interviewed 2 people who have stories that really make you think. The first, for today, was with Thomas Tyrell, who carried an international curiosity with him ever since World War II, when troops passed through his family's home in England. The second are a number of actresses who talk about women traveling alone, with no kids, no spouses, no girlfriends or boyfriends. What do they see? Why are they on the road? See that story Monday in the Naples Daily News and naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Annika Schlag and I'm the education reporter at the Naples Daily News. This week I wrote about the abrupt removal of Manatee Middle School principal Pam Vicarious. Many staff and parents credit Vicarious with bringing the school from a C grade to a few points shy of an A. But a 2016 investigation found that at least 9 staff members had filed official complaints alleging that Vicarious had created a hostile work environment. Read more about it online at naplesnews.com.
Now we're getting somewhere. Here's Brent Barr with his weekly commentary. Brent.
Thanks, Amy. I've been reading a lot about sharks around Florida lately. A few weeks ago, it was George, the great white shark, swimming off the coast of the Everglades. We know this because George was tagged with a radio transmitter in 2016 off the coast of Massachusetts. Since then, science have tracked him from Nova Scotia all the way to South Florida. I realize that as an apex predator, George has probably been responsible for more than his share of death and mayhem in the ocean. But shouldn't scientists have to get a warrant or something before they can go tracking your movements 24 hours a day, 365 days a year? Later, it was the migration of the blacktip sharks from the waters off Florida north toward the Carolinas. I wonder if the other fish think of sharks the same way we think of snowbirds. With them heading back north, the resident fish are happy they can get a reservation as a restaurant. The fish economists have to remind everyone how important the blacktips are to the local economy. Scientists say the number of sharks migrating this year is down compared to past years. My question is, why is it anybody's business where these sharks are going? It's a free ocean, isn't it? Finally, there are the researchers who have discovered a new species of shark living in the deep waters off Florida. They discovered the Atlantic six-gill shark, as opposed to the Pacific six-gill shark, by baiting lines with tuna heads and dangling them thousands of feet beneath the ocean's surface. So you're an Atlantic six-gill shark minding your own business, snacking on a tuna head, and some researchers haul you to the surface, extract DNA from you, and, if you're lucky, throw you back in the water. Also, the researchers can get their names in a scientific journal. Again, shouldn't that require a court order? I have a policy regarding sharks that I think the rest of Florida should adopt. Hey sharks, how about I leave you alone and you leave me alone? Deal? I'm Brent Barr. Be sure to read my columns on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the Naples Daily News. Check me out on Facebook, and as always, thanks for watching.
Coming up, moms on the go hitting the robot circuit in support of their kids. That's ahead on Behind the Headlines.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA triple check insurance review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA triple check today.
It's Behr's 72nd anniversary sale. 72 years delivering you the best selection, highest quality, and greatest values. Only Behr's can guarantee. Come celebrate with incredible store-wide savings like these queen beds or tables, only $7.97. This beautiful Bernhardt sectional, your choice, only $9.99 per piece. Loving a Tootsie? This sofa's just $13.97. Only Behr's has all the designer brands and styles you love. Behr's 72nd anniversary sale.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA triple check insurance review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA triple check today.
It's Bear's 72nd anniversary sale. 72 years delivering you the best selection, highest quality, and greatest values. Only Bear's can guarantee. Come celebrate with incredible store-wide savings like these queen beds or tables, only $7.97. This beautiful Bernhardt sectional, your choice, only $9.99 per piece. Love Natutsi? This sofa's just $13.97. Only Bear's has all the designer brands and styles you love. Bear's 72nd anniversary sale.
Pageant moms, soccer moms, helicopter moms, just when you thought you'd heard them all, another one pops up. Robo moms. They may be fewer in number, but they're wired for success. Education reporter Annika Schlag covers the school robotics circuit and discovered how keyed in moms are and how important their role is. Competitive robotics is becoming more popular as an extracurricular activity, but unlike others, the moms often serve as sponsors, helping with paperwork, transportation, coaching, budgeting, you name it. These moms are heavily invested. Robotic events involve taking robots the students build and using them to compete against other teams in a designated challenge. Our news team traveled to the Robotics World Championship in Kentucky last year and saw the Robo Moms in action along with the kids, of course. And finally, today, more than 1,000 runners and walkers hit the road in support of breast cancer treatment and awareness last weekend as part of the Race for the Cure. Wearing a mix of team t-shirts, even some tutus, an army of survivors and supporters snaked through Coconut Point Mall in Estero for the 12th annual Susan G. Komen event last Saturday. Up to 75% of the funds raised stay local to support vital breast health services. Over the years, the Power of Pink has helped fund research and treatment, benefiting breast cancer patients in Southwest Florida, with Komen bringing in more than $7 million to date. With that, it's time for us to get going. We thank you for watching. You can always catch up on past shows by logging on to naplesnews.com. On the left-hand side under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. And feel free to reach out to me on my Facebook page. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week.